Okay, so this video is basically just going over the car, showing its flaws and its highlights. So we'll start with some of the typical F-body stuff, you know, heavy, creaky doors, T-tops leak, so I've got a towel in the seat right now just so I don't get a wet butt just in case. But other than that, T-tops do work. Normal F-body. Another normal thing for T-tops is no headliner. Usually with the tops out, it'll put wind underneath it and it ends up sagging over time. But cracked dash, believe it or not, this dash wasn't cracked. I had these two little holes right here, and I came out one summer day and it was cracked straight across. So a couple things, if I did decide to get rid of it, I'd be keeping my fuzzy dice and my strobes. And I also have another gauge cluster for the car. The tach would be included, as would the air-fuel ratio gauge. And I'd probably take my power outlet as well. Aftermarket fog lights are wired in and functional. The white face overlays are printed by myself. I have some touch-ups to do on this one over here. And they're not ideal, but they're pretty darn close. So for the cost of printing them myself versus buying them, this is the power seat, and it does function all directions. It's normally not this dirty in here, but the weather and car shows and everything, so I do got some disc golf frisbees in here, and you know, some other odds and ends that we've been using here the last couple of days. Car seat. This back seat does fold down and fold up and lock into place. The seats are out of a 2001 Firebird. This is a heritage car in a couple ways that we know that is the emblem on the dashboard says RS 25th anniversary. All other rally sport cars would read Camaro and not RS 25th anniversary. Also, the heritage car did come with the carpeted center console and radio console. However, this one was severely stained and messed up when I got it, so therefore I just undid the carpet and plasti dipped one and glossed the other. So let's see what else. This is a bare bones options car. It does have manual windows, manual locks. Let's see. Another highlight, one of the few third gen F bodies where the power hatch mechanism does work correctly. The T-top stripping does leak a little bit. As with most F bodies, the key is functional for the locking compartment in the rear. And this is just here for display purposes. The carpet's not messed up or nothing. Got my trusty hood prop here. The hatch stays up all on its own. The hood I can't say so much for. And it will pull down and latch. So that's some of the highlights of the car. Now let's go over some other stuff. This hood was a trade that I took. It is a fiberglass cowl. He does not have a spring under it, and I haven't got one yet, so because I have it adjusted down, it can be kind of a pain to get to pop right now. I had the sides adjusted down so they look better versus being up here where they were, just so the hood would pop correctly. I will readjust that if and when I decide to get rid of it. Let's see, also the car does have 16-inch IROC rims, which if I was looking at a trade, if your car, you know, needs rims or something like that, I'd probably be interested in keeping my rims or some extra cash, just because these are the hard to find 16-inch IROCs, and they are worth something. So passenger door is heavy and creaky as well, but it does latch. So let's get the hood open and look underneath. Okay, I went ahead and moved the adjusters up. Let's see. This is the 350 crate for 79Z, L code 350. It's a 4-bolt main. It's flat tappet camshaft. From the factory, it's rated at higher torque numbers. It's supposed to be 320 foot-pounds, but like 180 horse. This one has the Edelbrock Performer intake manifold and the 1406 carburetor. The secondaries do work just fine. This has a 268 488 cam with 112 degrees of lobe separation. Let's see, I did have the exhaust ports and intake ports cleaned out really well when I went ahead and did the cam work and the head gaskets. It's got the satin black Edelbrock valve covers. These are supposed to be Dynamax mid-length headers, but I can't vouch or verify for that to be certain either way. But they are definitely headers, not manifolds. Air conditioning delete all the way from here to the firewall. The smog pump is hollow, so it doesn't even make any noise. There's no backing plate on it, it just spins. The fan is wired on an electric switch from inside. The battery's got a bungee cord holding it down at the moment. The factory hold down, for some reason, won't tighten up all the way, at least not enough to hold the battery to my liking. Also, this piece right here is very, very clean. If I'm trading for another F-body and you don't even have a piece here, if this is a gigantic hole, I'll probably be looking to keep this piece as well, just because this took me a long time to find, especially in that condition. So, just saying, that might be an option I might be considering. This is the Summit fuel pressure regulator return style. It's not the cheap one. It's a brand new alternator on there as well. Right now I'm running 5.5 psi, and I've got the floats set at the factory Edelbrock spec. Timing right now is about 20 degrees advanced at 1100 RPMs with an 800 RPM idle. Let's see, the temperature sensor right there is direct wired to the gauge inside the car. You can run, right now it's got the fuel tank in the pump, the fuel pump in the tank, and it's running the tune port injection pump right now. So I've got the pressure dialed way down on the regulator. So I believe that's pretty much that. Oh, I do have the factory intake as well that comes down here and scoops air from here. It's technically a cold air. It's technically a cold air intake, as it does scoop air coming between the headlight and the hood and shoves it directly into the manifold. That's what I call old school ram air. So let's see, I do think that's about it up here. Anyway, it's got a brand new radiator and a brand new water pump. A lot of stuff here is brand new. So, but let's get a look underneath the car. Okay, there's the brand new Hooker muffler, aero chamber polished, which was welded in. They put little tiny tailpipes on there. They were like 2-inch in the bends, because they were mandrel bent. They were less than 2 inches in the bends, and it really, really, really restricted both flow, power, and fuel economy, believe it or not. It's all new piping all the way up to the front. Down here on this side, the only piece that ain't brand new is this one right here. But this is a custom Y pipe from Meineke and Indian Trail. Comes directly welded from the header. It looks a little wet down here. I did have an oil leak at the valve cover, and it took me a little while to get to it, but I stopped it now. I just haven't had time to go and clean up. Let's walk around the other side. And we'll get down here. Now, the speedometer stopped working since I switched out the wiring harness in it. That's what I have here. the wiring here I've been working on. Every day I come out here and try to figure something out with it. The reverse light stopped working as well, but I switched from the throttle body harness to the tune port harness, so maybe that has something to do with it. Not really sure. I'm not really an electrician, but you can see the residual from the oil leak, but other than that it's pretty clean. It does have an O2 sensor welded in. That's a narrow band to go with the gauge inside the car. 5-speed trans. No rust for the most part. And we might as well get under the front too. Might as well try anyway. Let's see. Radiator's pretty clean here. So I think that's pretty good on that. So all in all, I don't think it's too bad. I do have plasti dip on the lip. These things flex so much. I fixed one brake here, and for right now it's holding okay, but it was broke from here straight to here. I fixed one here right before I painted it, and it's already cracking again. So besides the paint flaws, like I mentioned in my other video, and I did email Extreme Auto Finishes 9000, and I'm hoping to get a response from them shortly. But we'll see. Hopefully they make it right. You never know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. All we can do is hope. So if you got any questions that need answered, I'll do my best. So, but yeah, if I was looking for a trade, it would have to be another rare piece, probably a GTA or an IROC. Hell, even a 4.6 Mustang at this point. I don't really want a 5.0 unless it's in a Fox body. And it would take a really nice Fox body for me to make the trade. Either way, the trade has to be nice. I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of power adders for the right visual touches and stuff like that. You know, the right car, pretty much. But it is what it is, and it's still badged RS.